Anybody who has got an opportunity of visiting the holy city of Kaaba, Makkah, there is this holy grave in which the first revelation came upon the holy soul of the holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And it was Iqra bismi rabbika allazi khalaq. Learn in the name of Lord. Para, the Rabb ke naam se, lekar para. Then there is this very famous saying, as the hadith of the Prophet, and which when we were children, we didn't realize what does it really basically mean. It was seek knowledge, even if you have to go to China. Now in the days of CPAC, probably China is though it was our next door neighbor for us 70 odd years since we got our independence in Pakistan. But now, because of CPAC, it's like, it's like a very brotherly country now, very close to us. But in those times, 1400 years ago, the Prophet, the Holy Prophet, the founder of the prophets, when he came in the land of Saudi Arabia, going to China was a Herculean task. The message was seek knowledge, not necessarily China. It was just a symbolic thing. The message was go and seek knowledge. And what sort of knowledge? The holy knowledge, the knowledge of Islam, of Quran was there with him. It came upon his own blessed chest, his own blessed soul. So what was there in the rest of the world? May that be China in those times or even pre-history India? Well, it was the worldly knowledge which we have demarcated with the past of hundreds of years in engineering and law and medicine and of course business administration. So the message to the Muslims, since we are sitting in Pakistan, 98, 99 to 97% of the population is predominantly Muslims. That's why I'm talking about Islam. That the message to the Muslim kids, sons and daughters of soil is to seek knowledge. And what to say of the Holy Prophet if we talk about the recent times? The person who has inspired me and people like me, millions of people like me in Pakistan, is none other than the founder of the nation, Mr. Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He was a man of pen. He was not a big landlord or son of a big multi-billionaire or son of some big, whatnot. He was a man of a very ordinary businessman who sent his son to UK for studies and who got bankrupt in the process, his father, Mr. Punja Jinnah. Qadi-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he focused on his knowledge, on his pen. And in his times, he became one of the best constitutional lawyers of the Indian subcontinent had ever produced, to the extent that his greatest foes, with whom he fought his political battles, in their personal lives, they would come to Mr. Jinnah to seek help from him in the field of law and to give him their briefs, their cases. The message is very clear. If any nation wants to move forward, the message is through the paths of education. And I don't know how many of my learned friends, the president of Monroe College, Mr. Mark Jerome, whom we had the opportunity of listening to you, and of course Alex Ephraim, the senior vice president. I don't know if you were listening to me or not, but I respect the American nation for some reasons. Though we have had our problems in our past as well, as a member of a federal cabinet, we have to be very careful in our choice of words regarding the foreign relations. We have had our good and bad times with our American friends. But one thing which I feel that which we can do a lot is the field of education. Since we, the Pakistanis, and of course our next door neighbor India, we got our independence from the United Kingdom. Though we had our struggles and we sacrificed our forefathers a lot to get our independence. But the links were very strong with the United Kingdom, and whenever the youth of Pakistan would think of going abroad for getting education, the first choice, the first destination would be London and UK. So I feel that in the 70 odd years since our hot and cold relationship with our friends in America and Washington, I think we have not done much in the field of education in our students' collaborations. I think this is a great step by my alma mater, my home college, that is University College of Islamabad, Madam Kathleen Adin, and of course Dr. Ihsan Saab, who have been just like a father figure. And we're now sitting here and we are inaugurating the Monroe College. the first of its kind in the great nation of Pakistan. I think it's not only a great educational endeavor, I also consider it as a very good and great initiative of improving our good relations with our friends in America. When now we look back in 1992 when UCI started, we have to realize that when you get the good things of life, we take them for granted. For example, we take our teachers and our parents for granted. We only realize their worth once we use them. So now when we have smartphones, and now when I'm talking, probably Mr. Mark Jerome is listening and even seeing me. But those were the times in 1992 when we didn't have computers. When we didn't have Microsoft, we didn't have smartphones, we didn't have so much of TV. There was only one TV station in the whole of Pakistan, that is the Pakistan television. And when we would like to converse with somebody like Mr. Mark Jerome, that would be through a very tedious process of making a long distance call to New York, Islamabad, or writing a letter. In those days, taking this initiative, when quality education was restricted to the very highest corridors of our social strata, and the elite class would have had the opportunity of going to UK or in very few cases to US for a business education or law education, something like Harvard School of Law. You would like get 1,000 barristers in Islamabad who would be who would have done their bar at law from Lincoln's, and because Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah did his barristership, but you would probably not even get more than 50 postgraduates from Harvard School of Law. The reason was that initial tendency towards United Kingdom, though it's not bad. I mean, they had been delivering quality education to the rest of the world, of course, to the British pupils. But yes, the Pakistanis and Indians, they got a lot of advantage from their close collaboration with the United Kingdom. Yes, of course, we have very good and friendly relations with the US as well, but that initial tendency was not there. So that's why I consider it as a very great step, because in 1992, people like me, though I came later to UCI, but in those times, even in my times when I got admission to UCI, that was 2005, I would bluntly admit that it was not possible financially or even emotionally for a person like me to leave Pakistan and study in UK. Mr. Hassan, he knows about the obstacles and the issues which I was facing, because coming from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, a place where you don't get, in those times, you don't got those opportunities of getting good education, leaving the home and then leaving the country. Despite the financial restraints, there were some other reasons too, because of which I could not afford to go to UK and get the quality education which I got, thanks to University College of Islamabad. I got graduation from UCI way back in 2010, and I got a degree of LLB honors. That was a great opportunity for me. It was a key to success for many things, though because of politics I could not pursue the legal career for the last few years of my life, but that grooming which I got in UCI, that gave me the opportunity of doing my law practice in my home province, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, at the district level, then at the High Court level, then some of the cases as an associate at the Supreme Court level. But when I got opportunity in politics, so that was probably even a bigger forum to do good to people and serve your country. The point which I want to establish is that in 1992, it was literally impossible for a person belonging to middle class or lower middle class to go and get education from UK, from London or from abroad. So she gave this opportunity to the kids of Pakistan in 1992, and then continued with this endeavor for not 10 years, 20 years. Next year, inshallah, there will be 30 years will be completed for UCI, which is not even, meaner achievement in its own world, to succeed and to sustain. Because starting something is easy, but sustaining it is very difficult. So thanks to you that our kids got opportunity, and then we had stars like Haider Khan, who topped the whole University of London in probably in 1998. Dr. Ihsan Sahib told me 98 or 97. So by starting this University of London program of giving the opportunity to the young kids belonging to middle and lower middle class of Pakistan to get quality law education and business education, accounting, business and finance, I think that opened the doors for the kids to, they encourage them to come forward and get education. Now, this is what I strongly believe. No, nothing personal against the elites or the kids who belong to who are the sons and daughters of the richest in the society. And the issue is that if you look toward the world leaders, the world beaters, those who have become, a trademark of success, may that be in the field of business, may that be in the field of politics, may that be in the field of science, technology, or even the film industry. Normally you get those people who belong to the middle and lower middle class because they are, by nature they are trained to work hard. Once you are born in a very rich society, in a very rich family, you get those good things of life very easily, so the tendency to work hard is not there. Yes, you get those, there are a few exceptions, but normally you get people like Abdul Qadir Khan, or people like Abdul Sattar Idi, or Abraham Lincoln, or people like, Churchill, or Franklin Roosevelt, or people like Truman. Normally they come from facing the hardships of times, as they say that kites always fly against the wind. So, in these times when the young kids, they are thinking about different new avenues, different new arenas. In the modern day Pakistan, when CPEC is coming up and coming, and it is the future, it's a big game changer not only for Pakistan but for the whole South Asia. That includes Afghanistan, that includes Central Asia, that includes Iran, and of course China. So with billions and trillions that we offer in the field of business and the field of business administration and technology, industries, business entrepreneurs, so this is the time, the right time to focus on good quality of business education. Yes, there are good colleges in Pakistan. I would not like to name one so that the others don't get offended. But I'm being told that this is the first degree in the whole of Pakistan of any quality American business education institute. Well, this is strange for me because it should have been done a decade or so ago. But they say that it's never too late. It's good that we are now getting this opportunity for the middle and lower middle class kids of Pakistan because the elites they can afford. If somebody can afford, I would rather say that they would not, they would like to go to U.S. and UK and study there for 2 or 3 or 4 odd years. But it's very difficult for people who have the ability to perform at the highest level, but they can't afford because of finance problems. This model degree which UCI is offering, it will get the opportunity to the middle and lower middle class kids to study one of the best degrees in the world in US, and then you also get an opportunity to go to US and complete the rest of your education for 1 year or so. So you get the first year of education in Islamabad, in my home college, and then you go to that ancestral city, ancestral country of this degree, since it is a very old degree. I'm being told it's a very old college, so that also gives credibility and currency to the degree which Madam Katrina at the end is trying to bring into Pakistan. They told me that this college started way back in the 1930s, 33 or 1930, so it's quite a lot of time because many of our forefathers were not born in 1930. So in the end, I would like to pray for you. It's such a great feeling to come to your home college as one of your honorable guests, or as they call chief guest in Pakistan. Though I found this concept very strange, chief guest. You are just a guest of honor. But it's one of the greatest honors I want to tell the kids of Pakistan, the sons and daughters of Pakistan, that one must try and do your best. Allah will bestow you with success. I never dreamt that I would end up in the capital of Pakistan, which is the highest forum of the country. I cannot take away the credit from UCI. I cannot say that it's all because of me that I did. It was those great teachers of mine who were in UCI, and who also, there were some other teachers who encouraged me to go to Islamabad, and okay, we will be away from the family. Being the only son of my family, I didn't have brothers and sisters. I had to take care of my ailing father, who is not with me anymore, and my ailing mother, who is alhamdulillah alive and with me now. So in those days, there were some teachers who encouraged me. One of my teachers whom I would like to remember today is Mr. Abdullah Jansani, advocate, who is not with us anymore, who was a great lawyer and scholar and intellectual in his own sense, from my ancestral city of Mardan, who once told me that if you want to get laurels, if you want to get jewels, they are not lying on the stray in the park, they are in the deep sea. So you have to take a deep dive to get these jewels. And there is not a better and a bigger jewel than knowledge, because knowledge is power, because knowledge is everything. If it had not been, this would not have been the first revelation on the blessed soul of our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So I would like to encourage my brothers and sisters and sons and daughters in Pakistan to take this opportunity and come to UCI. It was a credible place. And I remember Mr. Masroor, who is not with us in this world anymore. He was my batchmate way back in the early 90s. And I went towards engineering. Before doing law, I did my civil engineering and bachelor's in computers as well. Mr. Masroor went straight to law. He was such a great soul. He taught in UCI. So once I contacted him and told him that I want to switch gears and I also want to study law. So he told me that if you want to study law, why not do it from one of the best education institutes in Pakistan? So he encouraged me to come to UCI. And because of Masroor Shah, I came to UCI. He's not with us anymore, but I pray for him. He was a good guy, he was a good friend, he was a good father, he was a good husband, though Allah didn't give him children. Probably Allah has his own ways. We miss him today because he was one of the reasons because of whom I joined UCI. मैं अपने students को सबको कहना चाहता हूँ कि आप जरूर आएं. It's a incredible place. You will not get much fun here. Like there are not many fun things in UCI, but the main thing for which you want to come to any college is education. That's what Masroor told me, that if you want to go have some fun in Islamabad, go to this and that college. If you want to study, come to UCI. I told him, यार मैं गाँव का बंदा हूँ, मैं पढ़ना चाहता हूँ, मैं क्या डिग्री लाऊँ. So सबको मैं encourage करता हूँ आप आएं. और मुझे बड़ी खुशी हुई है आज अपने कुछ पुराने दोस्तों को देख के. Latif साहब, one of our big brothers, he used to take care of UCI. और वो उन्होंने कसम खाई है कि उन्होंने अपना वजन नहीं घटाना, तो ना घटाएं. और यहाँ काशिफ को देख के बड़ी खुशी हुई जो उसने गाड़ी अब रखी है. और काशिफ जो है वो क्या कहते हैं कि वो जो है कि एहसान दानिश करना कि ख्वाब होकर रह गई कैसी कैसी हसरतें दाग फकत दे गया है कैसा आशना. तो वक्त उसी वक्त मज़ा करता है जब वो होता है और अच्छी यादें जो है रह जाती हैं. UCI की बड़ी ज़बरदस्त यादें हैं हमारे पास. और डॉक्टर एहसान का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ. वो मेरे जैसे बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स को एनकरेज करते थे कि यार कोई नहीं, टेक इट इजी, ये टाइम निकल जाएगा. देन तो वो बड़े कम मुलाकातें हुई उनसे UCI के दिनों में. जब आते थे हमें बड़ा अच्छा वो लगता था. तो इन द एंड मैं दोबारा ये कहना चाहूँगा कि इट्स अ ग्रेट स्टेप बाय UCI, who were the pioneers of distance education in Pakistan. In those days, there was only one institute that was in Pakistan, that was Allama Iqbal Open University, which gave this opportunity. And then the second one was UCI, who gave the opportunity to Pakistani kids to get quality education from UK, that was University of London degrees. And now they're taking another step 30 years down the road to give quality business education, which is very much current in the changing circumstances, in the times of CPEC. I think this is the time to get this quality education and make use of it, serve your homeland, serve your family, and make us and make Pakistan proud. Thank you so much, Dr. Sansab and Madam Katrina. I pray for you. And all those students who gave their video messages, who are ex-students of UCI alumni, I pray for you, our sisters and brothers and sisters who are serving across the globe. I heard Khadija Sahiba, I think probably we had at the same time when I was at UCI, she was studying probably business administration, those days business education. And then I miss a few colleagues who probably I think that they were more worthy than me to come here and address. They were more talented than me. I was not that talented, so I ended up in politics. So आपकी दुआ है. रब इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली. And of course, Brother Zishan, who is here in Pakistan, who is the area in charge of this whole Monroe system. I want to assure you on behalf of me and on behalf of the government of Pakistan, Mr. Imran Khan, Prime Minister, he himself is a pioneer in Pakistani education system who brought Bradford BB to Pakistan in his home ancestral town of Miawali. Imran Khan Saab himself is a graduate of Oxford. He is into education. He has basically reformed Pakistani education system. I want to remind Zishan Bhai, aapko bhi and the principal of Monroe College that in Pakistan, a great educational revolution has been brought by Mr. Imran Khan, that he has made the basic syllabus the same for the kids, the pupils who are studying in some elite colleges, elite schools, and the government-controlled colleges and schools. So he is focusing on education, and from 2013 to 2018, in our first government of Pakistan, Tehreek Insaf and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, out of the PSDP, the annual development plan which they give, the maximum funding was given first to education, then to health. And that was the game changer in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which he is bringing up now in the whole of Pakistan. So on behalf of the government of Pakistan, I want to assure you that we want to invest and we want to support people who are taking these steps in educational fields, be that be business administration, engineering, science, law, and of course medicine. So you inshallah get help from us, whatever is possible from the government circles. Inshallah, whenever you need us, we will try to help you, because you are our representative in the US. You can become another good source of improving our relations between Islamabad and Washington, which are improving day by day under the leadership of Imran Khan Sahab. The politics apart, the horse and coals do come in politics, but the relations between the state, they remain there. And the relations between Pakistan and United States are those of friends. Since 1947 to 2001. So I again assure you and Madam Catalina that inshallah government, if in anything possible under the law, we will try to support you from the government behalf, on the behalf of the Higher Education Commission and behalf of the Education Ministry. Thank you so much. Best of luck.